Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Rob, you got to we need a medic. I need an ambulance.
Call 911.
I have gift wrap tape. Is that
Riggins has a blister that popped just now.
Ew.
I noticed my finger was all wet.
Yeah.
Ew, brother.
Blister pop. Ew, brother. What is that? Ooh.
When I was a kid one time, because I'm very fair skinned, I got sunburned really badly at the pool, not paying attention. And I had big blisters on my shoulders. And I was at my grandmother's house, and my dad and I'd gone up there, and we'd taken my three-wheeler in the back of the truck. And I told my dad, I said, get on, I'll ride you down to where we were going back in the woods or something. And he got on, and when he did, he put his hand on my shoulder. And I remember thinking, oh, my sleeve is wet. Now, what is that? And the blisters on my shoulder had popped.
Oh, my God.
Inside your clothes.
Yeah, it was wet. The shirt sticking to them. You got to peel it off and spray that down, or it'll get infected. It's a mess.
Yeah, this is disgusting. I was doing something stupid. I was trying to work on my car. I don't know anything about working on cars.
What were you doing to your car?
I was just poking around. I like to take things apart and put them together. I was just messing around.
So nothing was necessarily wrong. You were just like, let me pop the hood and take a look and see what's going on.
Poke around. Yeah.
Okay.
I do that on occasion. I just, parked the car about 20 minutes earlier, and it was still pretty hot. And I touched one of the parts in there, like a pipe in there. And I went, that's really hot, and got a blister on it. So that's what I get for being curious. That's what I get.
Rob, what did you do yesterday? Anything?
I went to a friend's house for their birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you had a birthday party to go to, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's the guy that used to do D&D with when I wasn't the one running it.
Yeah.
So it was his 30th birthday.
Nice.
Saturday after my card tournament, I went to see a play.
That's right. You were going to see Cinderella?
Yep.
How was it?
It was good. One of my friends in my D&D group was playing Cinderella, and I barely made it in time after my tournament.
But you made it in time.
I did.
Which is impressive that you put in the effort after, you went over and just waxed that ass over there in that tournament. You could have gone out and partied on your winnings, but you decided, nope, still going to see this through and go to see Cinderella.
Yeah, I finished my last game, folded up all my stuff, and put it in a bag, and I jetted.
Is it a musical?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A musical version of Cinderella.
Yeah, during afterwards, Meredith goes, that's not the story I know about Cinderella. I was like, well, the one you know is Disney, which is completely different from the original one.
So the story wasn't the same?
It's basically the same, but there's a lot, there's not the talking mice and all that kind of stuff. The stepmother's not nearly as evil in this one.
Cinderella's not a Disney story?
No, they got it from somewhere else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I thought Disney made that up.
A lot of their original movies weren't completely made up. So, Snow White, I think, is also something they stole.
Really? Huh. I did not know that.
Let's be careful using the word stole.
They borrowed or may have bought. I don't know.
Yeah, let's let's see.
We're just kidding, Disney.
Walt Disney first adapted Charles Perrault's 1697 fairy tale Cinderella as part of his cartoon short series for Laugh-O-Gram Studio in 1922.
I also think
So it's an adaptation. It's a possibility they paid some money. We don't really know that.
That's fair. Yes.
Thank you. Let's be
I'm not
very careful with what we say.
You're right. Sorry.
About Disney.
But I think that the original one is significantly darker, so this may have just been another adaptation of it. You know what I mean? I think all of those ones that Disney has adapted, the original stories were gruesome.
Yeah.
Like Pinocchio is a significantly darker story than the movie would have you believe.
And apparently they're all in the public domain because they're so. Before Disney redid them, they were so much older. Like 1697 is when the Cinderella story was first published.
That's crazy.
So who cares? If 300 years later they did an adaptation of it, you're fine.
Yeah, they're like, who's going to sue us?
Yeah, big deal. Who's going to sue us over this? Yesterday, I was working on a project for yesterday evening for the Ace and TJ show, and I had to go on a little boat ride to Cocktail Cove on Lake Norman, and we were doing some filming for this project that's coming up pretty soon. And it's pretty funny while we're out there. Cocktail Cove is an area right around the 18th hole at Trump National Golf Course. And it's a cove. Well, you and I have played golf there before, Riggins. You've seen it. The last hole where you're up on the hill and the water is below it and everything.
Yeah.
And so it was late on a Sunday. It was like 6:30. It was 7 o'clock by the time we got out there. But there were still a few boats that were out there. And one of them was a boat, and they were partying. I think it was 4 guys and 4 girls. And you could tell they were having a good time.
Yeah.
And so we're on this huge boat out there. This a part of this thing we're about to do with the Ace and TJ show. And I'm just sitting there hanging out, waiting to do these video shots that we're doing and everything. And after about 30 minutes, and this boat has been Nelly and just a variety of other things. You knew every song they were playing. And they're screaming and singing and blah, blah, blah. And clearly a couple of them were intoxicated. So
hooting and hollering.
as they go to head by, the guy that was driving the boat yells over at the captain of the boat that I was on for the show. He goes, "Hey, man, I love that boat." And he goes, "Oh, thank you very much." And this drunk girl in bikini there was, "Hey, I love you. I love you." Yelling at the captain. He was like, "Have a good day." The guy leans over and taps like, "It's all right. Okay, go ahead and sit down." When he just sit down.
Don't embarrass me. Sunday night, just plastered, huh?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, man, it's after 7 o'clock on a Sunday.
That a girl.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were having quite a party.
That's gonna be a tough Monday morning. Why is it called Cocktail Cove? Is that just like the party
It's
spot?
just a lot of cocktails. Yeah, if you go out there on the weekends, it'll be full of people. If you want to get a good spot, you've got to get there early. Because people like to get all the way back in relatively close to the golf course. So everything is out in front of you. The whole cove is out in front of you. And it's a good time. It's a lot of fun over there. It was always a long way to go in my boat to get around. You got to go all the way around. When I used to live in my nice house, you had to go all the way around to get there. But we went over there a few times. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm. They had the shot yesterday at the PGA Championship of these 2 guys that had pulled up on kayaks.
Yeah.
2 guys, and one of the guys had his shirt off and his arms above his head. He just shredded in the sun. I was like, that son of a bitch.
Look at that guy.
Look at that jackass.
Yeah, one of the craziest things I saw over the weekend in San Francisco, right outside right field.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it's called now. I think it's called Pac Bell Park still, but it's called McCovey Cove, and a lot of times they hit home runs that go just over a few rows of bleachers and into the water. But they had a half pipe on a what do you call it? On a barge out there. Did you see that? There were guys. They had a half pipe. Guys doing skateboard tricks out in the cove on a
That's cool.
on a barge. I was like, that's one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
A skate ramp on a boat.
But if you mess up, you're right off in the water.
Yeah, and those guys fly over there too when that ball hits the
Everybody's
scoop it up.
Everybody's trying to scoop it up and catch the ball. TJ's not here today, but a member of the radio family named Katie, who works at Penn State University, just DM'd us earlier on Twitter and said, actually, she didn't DM us, she just sent it to us, and I can't read it now because I got so much. So it says, at the Ace TJ show, well, I know this is one of TJ's favorite topics. All I can think about is that convention is going to smell so bad. She sent us a link to a story that says, headline, biggest furry convention yet.
Oh my God.
Anthrocon returns to Pittsburgh.
Ugh.
Yeah, a furry convention in Pittsburgh is expected to be the biggest one yet, selling out a hotel room block in 12 minutes. July 4th through the 7th, 10,349 rooms sold out in 12 minutes.
Every day we stray further from his light.
Yeah. Attendees have already purchased every room at every hotel property. They're expecting to add another 500 rooms this week. In total, 11,103 rooms have been sold for this furry convention, July 4th through the 7th.
Oh, it's hot.
For the record, I do not think that anything such as this should be occurring on our nation's birthday, July 4th.
Yeah, it's weird.
There should be July 4th, and then you can start whatever else after that.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be happening.
Your weird fetish thing.
Yeah. The convention is expected to bring more than 14,000 attendees. Over 4 days, it's expected about $15 million will be spent. See, that doesn't seem like as much money as I would have thought.
15 million?
But 14,000 people, I guess 15 million is a lot of money. I don't know. Quote, it's wonderful because they're such nice people. They always smile even though they can't talk to you, end quote.
Man, you know what? Those are some hard-working blue-collar people in Pittsburgh. I got a feeling they don't want anything to do with this shit. I mean, guys from Pittsburgh, they are,
Well, it says one of the reasons the furries come back to Pittsburgh every year is because of how kind the residents are. This convention has been happening in Pittsburgh since 2006.
Wow.
On
July 4th.
They bring money, but they bring just nice, relaxed, nice people to the city. And I heard this was the biggest one ever, and I'm all excited about that, end quote, said one person.
Anthrocon. So what do they do? They have speakers? I mean, what do you do at a furry convention?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't know what takes place.
Or is it all just like flirting and dances and they're trying to hook up with each other?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about what takes place at the actual convention itself.
According to Google, it says public events that feature panels, events, merchandise booth, live music, dance contests, games, and more.
Panels.
All with people dressed up like animals.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Is it a sexual thing?
I think furries aren't, but there's another version of furries that is, right?
I don't know. We've talked about plushies versus furries. I'm not sure. I think furries will say like it's not automatically sexual, but there's a large segment that is sexual about it.
The generic term furry, though, doesn't necessarily mean there's some type of sexual perversion or sexual activity that goes along with dressing up like an animal.
I guess not.
Okay.
But all the stories you always hear about furries are, sexual.
Yeah. Well, it also depends on where you hear them.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, it just depends on the source material.
Yeah.
Yes, plushies is a fetish, and it looks like furries are not.
Okay.
Okay, so furries are just people that like to dress up like animals, maybe even like mascots. You could be the Yukon Husky and wear a husky outfit, and that would count as a furry. But a plushie is an actual fetish.
Yeah, it says the flushies aren't interested in having sex with plush toys. Rather, they want to be or be romantic with erotic animal-human hybrids. What does that even mean?
I just want to be erotic with animal-human hybrids.
They want to be. Wait, so
is that possible?
We talk about the plushies or the furries, Rob?
Furries. So it says the furries aren't interested in having sex with plush toys, which is what plushies do apparently.
Hang on 1 second. Stop. Plush toys?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is. I'm scrolling back.
A stuffed animal. That's a plush.
Women may use plush toys sexually by humping them or by attaching strap-on, to the toys and riding them. Men or women sometimes also enjoy having sex with other people dressed up in mascot outfits that make them look like giant plush toys. That's plushies.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I can't believe you just read that.
I know. It's just so disturbing.
You gotta learn to read ahead a little bit, Rob.
I tried to. I didn't. Yeah. This must be an article written by one of these because furry community may feel a bit grossed out by plushies. Really, it's just a fairly benign fetish.
But do the furries like to hook up with other people in costumes?
I don't think so.
Okay. So the furry thing could just be fun. There's really no sexual aspect to it at all.
I don't buy that for a second.
I don't either.
I don't buy it for a second. That's why they're having dances. They're just sweat. I mean, it's in the beginning of July. It's hot as hell in that funky ass costume, dressed up like a fox, and you're watching some jackass on a panel talk about being a furry. I mean, just give me a break. You're right. That should not happen on July 4th. You're right.
The visual though, sitting in some type of convention room at a hotel,
like at a Holiday Inn ballroom,
and it being full of people in animal costumes, watching other people in animal costumes sit on a panel and speak. It's like, what is going on in here?
What is going on?
Not on our nation's birthday, by God.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.